Academy update here with Ross. Ross, games coming thick and fast for the 18s and 23s at the moment. It's great to have them well and truly underway.
Yeah, I think as well with it comes fast and it comes thick and fast in terms of you're not back and then you're doing the pre-season, which seems to go on for quite a bit of time, and then bang, you're on all these under-18s games. We had one off this week, obviously due to the weather, and the 18s had their FA Youth Cup last week, which was a great success. And then obviously we've got 23s and 19s, so sort of fully into it really, fully into the season, which is great. Everyone's busy, everyone's flat out, but like you just said, it's good to be back.
Let's cover the 18s quickly.
Yeah.
Obviously, great result against Basingstoke in the FA Youth Cup the other week. What a great start for them in that competition.
Yeah, it is always a bit of extra pressure playing at the EBB, and it's always a bit of because obviously we don't do it often. The new gaffer Mark was there, and Terry's there, who've been excellent. They've sort of come in and been heavily involved and sort of very supportive and seeing what we want to do and what we're doing, which I think is great. And it seems like, certainly from our perspective, they're going to offer us a lot as an academy and offer the players a lot as well. So they were there, a little bit of extra pressure, under the lights at the EBB, a little bit of pressure. So some of the boys aren't necessarily used to that with quite a young group, and to win 6-0 against Basingstoke off in our first qualifier, what was our first qualifier, was really good, to be fair. We got Tunbridge Angels again at the EBB, so that should be a tough test and an opportunity to get into round one, which would be great, to be honest. Would be really good.
And you mentioned it briefly just there. It's a great opportunity for these young players to play at the EBB. They'll obviously be wanting more of that now. Yeah,
it's good. I mean, they play at the EBB if they could every week, to be fair. We don't do it enough, but when it does come round, it comes with that little added bit of, God, I'm here and I've got to perform, or I really want to do well because it's on obviously the first team pitch, and then you have all the first team staff there, a lot more fans come and watch you in the EBB, so that gives a little bit more of pressure as well. So like I said, they dealt with it really well. They're great nights to see what the players are like, and to see some of the 16-year-olds come into that group and how well they did that night. And you certainly think about the style we asked them to play, which in itself is high risk, which in itself is high energy. I thought we looked very like us, which was probably the most pleasing thing from my perspective.
And obviously last season really tricky given the pandemic for the academy, and this is another season in charge for you with the lads. How's the preparation compared to kind of other previous seasons?
Well, do you know what? Last year was tough, and it was a real challenge in terms of the pandemic and being remote, and with all of the restrictions that are in place. This year is certainly more back to normal, which of course is a good thing, and sort of hopefully long may it continue really. Preparing to come into this was just what we have done before. Preparing to come into the last one was all very different, and sorry, last pre-season was all very different, and all a massive challenge really in terms of staffing and the players and the parents and stuff. It's been a bit easier this time because obviously it's what we normally do, so it's hopefully long may it continue.
And I touched on it recently with James about the new training facilities, all the lads kind of settling in with that. How have you found it yourself, kind of getting the coaches prepared for it? New facilities ready to go? Yeah,
it's great. It feels like it feels like we're at home, to be fair. And I think the school was great, and we had 3 very good years at the school with their facility there. But coming here, it gives us a little bit more space. The extra pitches and the extra 3G gives us an opportunity to expand, and certainly looking forward. We're sort of looking at girls football. We're looking at potentially having extra groups, or where we can put extra groups and what we can do. Something we weren't able to do before. It also gives us that opportunity to just be here, like it is our staff here fully, and there's not sort of lots of restrictions and sort of things that we've got to sort of watch out for. So yeah, it feels like home, and it feels good to be here, to be honest.
And the 23s, how have they been getting on in their recent fixtures as well?
Yeah, good. We start do you know what? We if you look at the league table, you probably think I'm mad. I think we played 7, 1-1, drawn 3, lost 3. But we played really well, and we've been excellent. For 60, 70 minutes in most of those games, just switched off at times, and it was one of those ones where you just know it's going to click. it clicked last week against Corinthians when we won 7-0. We got Westfield Saturday and a tough game against Slough, which I think we're now in a really good place going into. We're a very young group, which is good, and we're probably 2 years younger, 3 years younger than a lot of the teams in there. So lots and lots of learning and lots of learning opportunities. But like the way we play, once it clicks, I'm always confident that we're off, and I think sort of the boys deserve their win, and I think hopefully we're off and running now.
And a few kind of up and coming events around the academy. Can you give any updates around those?
Yeah, so obviously mentioned the girls football. We're going to be looking to promote the 16 to 19s for the girls, 16 to 18s for the girls. That'll be an education programme. That's going to happen in October. Some trials in October. Adam's going to then start to promote some 14s and 16s trials for the girls, so we can start to get that all the way through the club. Obviously we've got our holiday camps, we have our development centres which are always online, so if you go onto sort of the website and then go on the academy tab, you can always find a place to book on those as and when. So yeah, I think that's it.
And then finally, a few new members of staff are here at the academy.
Yeah.
How do you think they're kind of settling in so far with the group?
Oh, well, great. So we've got, obviously James got a promotion to PDP lead, so looking after sort of the 16s to 19s provision. That's in conjunction with me really. He's been excellent. It's a big jump up from the YDP. Rich Anderson has come in and he's doing the YDP lead instead of James. He's been absolutely unbelievable coming in. He's got so much knowledge and experience from other clubs and other jobs that he's been in, that he's brought in. It feels like, probably hear me saying this, it feels like he's been here longer than the month that he's been here, but that is certainly a good thing. And then Adam obviously has gone across. Adam Maltby's gone across full time into the sort of the community foundation program, but still doing little bits of work in and around us with the development centre. That the staff we've got have been excellent, and there are lots of changes went on over the summer with Ross White going, and Mike went into a PT teaching job, so lots and lots of things went and sort of came at the same time, but I think everyone's been very understanding and very sort of patient with the changes, which of course has had a little bit of an impact, but I think we're getting there.